Black boy names are as rich and diverse as their sources of inspiration, from nature and spirituality to celebrities and social icons. 18 African boy names. Abshir is a Somali name that means congratulations or good news. Aid, pronounced Ade, means crown in Yoruba. Like many Yoruba names, Aid is a shortened form of longer names like Adila, crown of wealth, and Adebayo, royalty meets joy. Alassane, often found in West African countries like Senegal, Alassane is a French-influenced version of the Arabic name Al-Hassan, which means the handsome one. Alem is an Ethiopian name that means world or universe in Amharic and is rooted in Arabic. It could also be a version of Alim, which means learned or expert in Arabic. Amara may come from the Arabic name Amr, which means one who lives a long life. Besa comes from Amharic, the official language of Ethiopia. It means payment or redemption. Balaji is most common among the Yoruba people of Nigeria. It can mean to be born of wealth or to wake with wealth. Donso, this sweet name comes from the Ashanti people of Ghana. You're most likely to see Donso as a last name, but it's also a first name for many African baby boys. It's thought to mean one who is reliable. Ermias, pronounced Ermias, Ermias is an Amharic variation of the Hebrew name Jeremiah and means appointed by God. Ermias was the birth name of the late rapper Nipsey Hussle. Fela is a nickname name that comes from Olufela, a Yoruba name that means God expands the wealth. Renowned Nigerian singer Fela Kuti held the name. Haile means powerful in the Ethiopian languages Giaz and Amharic, and is a common last name in Ethiopia. Idrissa is a variant of the Arabic name Idris. It's commonly used in African nations. It means a true man and righteous. Idrissa is often how the name is spelled in some African countries. British actor Idris Elba, who was born Idrissa, is a famous bearer of the name. Kahind, rooted in Yoruba, Kahai means the second born of twins, but the name is perfect for a singular boy. Painter Kahind Wiley was chosen to paint the official portrait of former President Barack Obama. Kofi means born on a Friday, but the name is bestowed on babies born any day of the week. It comes from Akan, a language spoken in Ghana. According to Akan tradition, babies born on a Friday are adventurous, free-spirited, and competitive. Probably the most notable Kofi is the former Secretary General of the United Nations, Ghanaian diplomat Kofi Annan. Kojo is a variant of Kwadwo, a name mostly found in Ghana that comes from the Akan language. It means born on a Monday, and according to Akan tradition, babies born on Monday are peaceful. Musa, also spelled Masa and Mausa, is a common boy's name throughout Africa. It's the Arabic version of the biblical name Moses, which has uncertain meaning but is thought to be rooted in Egyptian. Tesfaye, Canadian R&B singer The Weeknd's surname is Tesfaye, an Amharic name meaning hope. Tund comes from a Yoruba word that means to return. It's often combined with other Yoruba words to form names like Babatun, the father returns, or Alatun, the wealth returns. 14 unique black boy names. Almir means prince or commander in Arabic, and is more commonly spelled Amir. Booker, years ago, Booker was associated with scribes or people concerned with books. It was originally a Middle English occupational surname for someone who bound books, was a scribe, or bleached cloth for a living. A famous name bearer is Booker T. Washington, American author and educator. Corey is an alternate spelling of Corey, which comes from the Old Norse name Corey and has uncertain meaning. Drake is a word for a male duck, but it also comes from the Old English word draka, which means snake or dragon. Drake is the stage name of Canadian rapper Aubrey Graham. Evander, Greek for good man. Evander also holds significance in Roman mythology. Evander was a Trojan prince and hero. One famous Evander is boxing legend Evander Holyfield. Kareem means noble or generous in Arabic. It's popular in the Middle East and North Africa. Kai has a couple potential origins. It could be an alternate spelling of Kai, a name with many meanings, including ocean and Hawaiian. It could also be a nickname for the Arabic names Kara and Kari, which mean good deed and charitable, respectively. Kiran means ray of light in Hindi. Meki was popularized by actor Mekhi Phifer, who is best known for starring in the medical drama and the movie 8 Mile. The meaning is uncertain, but it may be derived from the Hebrew name Michael, which means who is like God. Quinton takes its name from the Old French form of the Latin family name Quintinus, which comes from the Latin word quintus, meaning fifth. Ronnie, often short for Ronald, Ronnie is a sweet nickname turned first name for a baby boy. It's rooted in the Old Norse word rain, meaning advice, and Valder, meaning ruler. Sammy is another nickname name gaining traction as a name in its own right. Short for Samuel, it comes from Hebrew and means he is hearkened. Musician Sammy Davis Jr. is a famous bearer of the name. Tariq means night visitor and morning star in Arabic. Trey is usually short for names like Tremaine, a Cornish surname that means stone settlement, but many parents are opting for the shortened version of the name as a first name for their sons. 22 cute black boy names. Adam is a timeless, adorable name. According to the Social Security Administration, it's been a top baby boy name since 1900. It's rooted in Hebrew and means earth. Chase, coming from French, this boy's name means to hunt. Chase is a main character from the animated series Paw Patrol, which may end up being your baby's favorite show to watch. Cole is a surname turned first name with a couple of origins. It may come from a medieval English nickname for Nicholas, a Greek name that means victory of the people. Or it could come from an Old English word meaning charcoal. Cooper is one of the many occupational names that slowly turned into a first name. It comes from English and means barrel maker. Diego probably started out as a nickname for Santiago, a Spanish name that means St. James. Felix, of Latin origin, Felix means fortunate or happy. Jaden is an invented name that started gaining popularity when other names ending with a den, like Hayden and Aiden, were popular in the 1990s. In the case of actor and rapper Jaden Smith, the son of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, Jaden is a masculine version of Jada. Jackson is a fun twist on Jackson that gives the name a unique spin. It started out as an English surname that means Jack's son. Jordan means flowing down in Hebrew. It's also a river in the Middle East that has major religious significance. In biblical tradition, the River Jordan is where Jesus was baptized and where the Israelites crossed into the Promised Land. Caden is one of many alternate spellings of the Scottish name Caden, which has uncertain meaning. Kazan is an alternate spelling of Casson, which originates as an English surname for someone who lived near Cawson in Norfolk. This name was popular for African-American boys born in Georgia in 2024. Chris, this alternative spelling of Chris makes for a cute boy name. Both Chris and Chris are short for Christopher, which comes from a Greek name that means Christ-bearer. Malachi, in Hebrew, Malachi means my messenger. In the Bible, it was the name of a prophet who foretold the coming of Jesus Christ. Noah is a renowned religious figure, known for saving humanity from a devastating flood according to biblical tradition. Noah comes from a Hebrew word that means rest. Prince, even though the name Prince has been around as a given name since the early 1900s, it's still a unique name to give to your little boy. While its modern meaning is son of the king, Prince originates in the Latin word princeps, which means first person, as in ruler or chief, and is the same root of the word principle. Sage, who wouldn't want their son to grow into a sage, a person known for being wise? Sean is an alternate spelling of Sean, the Irish version of John. This name is rooted in Hebrew and means God is gracious. Shiloh comes from Hebrew and is thought to mean tranquil. Tristan is thought to be rooted in a Latin word that means melancholy. In Celtic legend, Tristan is a hero who pursues love and rescues a princess, though he tragically dies before he gets his happily ever after. Xavier is the Spanish version of the Basque place name Echeverria, which means the new house. Zaire is the former name of the Central African country now known as the Democratic Republic of Congo. Zaire derives from a Congo word that means river that swallows all rivers. Zain is a name with a few origins and meanings. In Arabic, it means beautiful. It's also an alternate spelling of Zain, which is rooted in a Middle English nickname for someone with curly hair. 20 strong black boy names. Aram comes from a name so ancient its meaning has been lost to time, but it's thought to be rooted in either Hebrew or Egyptian. Most notable for leading the Israelites out of Egypt with his brother Moses and for serving as the Israelites' first high priest, Aaron is an important figure in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Ace, as an English word, ace originally comes from the Latin word as, which means a unit or one and was the name of a small Roman coin. Nowadays, an ace is a person who excels at something. Adonis, now shorthand for an exceptionally handsome young man, which your little one is certain to be. Adonis is a mortal man in Greek mythology who was beloved by the gods and who achieved immortality. This Greek name is thought to be rooted in an ancient Phoenician word that means Lord. Alexander, meaning defender of mankind, Alexander is a name that has long been associated with strength, as in the most famous historical bearer of the name, Alexander the Great. Archie, short for Archibald, Archie means genuinely brave. It's gained attention in recent years as the name of the son of Duchess Meghan Markle and Prince William. Asa is an Arabic name that comes from words meaning happy or fortunate, but it's also an Arabic word that means lion. David, rooted in a Hebrew word thought to mean beloved. David is a strong name with religious importance. The name is often associated with the biblical figure and his fierce battle with Goliath. Jabari is a Swahili name that means almighty or powerful. Kendrick is an English name with complex roots. One root is a Welsh name that means exalted summit. Another root is in a Scottish surname that means son of Henry. And the third is from a Middle English name with two Old English sources, one meaning king power and the other meaning royal power. Rapper Kendrick Lamar may be the most famous holder of the name King for a boy's name that instantly communicates strength. Look no further than the name King. This vocabulary word is rooted in the Old English word sinning and might be related to the word kin, meaning family. Kingston is an English location-inspired surname that means King's Town. It's the name of several notable destinations, including Kingston, Jamaica. Lorenzo is the Italian version of the French name Lawrence. Both are rooted in the late Latin name Laurentius, which meant man from Laurentum. Malcolm derives from a Gaelic name that means devotee of St. Columba, an Irish monk who brought Christianity to Scotland. Columba is a late Latin name that means dove. The name Malcolm is often associated with American racial justice activist and civil rights leader Malcolm X. Malik comes from an Arabic word meaning king. Mandela, for those who want to name their sons after strong leaders, Mandela is a good choice. Messiah in 2023, African-American parents in Georgia love the name Messiah for their sons. This name, commonly known as an epithet of Jesus Christ, is rooted in a Hebrew word that means the anointed of the Lord. Rico, short for Ricardo, the Spanish name comes from the French name Richard, which means powerful and strong. Rico can also be short for Enrico, the Italian version of Henry. Henry is rooted in Germanic and means home ruler. Rider stems from an Old English word meaning horseman and was attributed to warriors and messengers. Stokely, not only does Stokely sound strong, it's also the name of one of the most prominent American civil rights leaders, Stokely Carmichael. Stokely comes from an English surname for someone who lived in or near places called Stokla or Stockley in England. Titan nowadays, a titan is one that stands out for greatness of achievement, but the word comes from the ancient Greek titans, primordial deities in mythology. 21 popular black boy names. Anthony, time has proven that Anthony is here to stay. Across the United States, from New York City to Georgia, Anthony is a top pick for black baby boys. It comes from an ancient Roman family name, but its meaning has been lost to time. Bryson. In 2024, Bryson was among the top 50 names for African-American baby boys in New York. It comes from a Scottish surname that means son of Bryce, while Bryce possibly comes from a Gaulish word that means speckled. Caleb is an important biblical figure in the Old Testament who was instrumental in Moses and the Israelites' search for the Promised Land. The name is thought to come from a Hebrew word that means dog, but it's meant in a positive way to reflect dog's loyalty. Carter. For black parents, the name holds special meaning because of Carter G. Woodson. Woodson, the African-American son of slaves, was an educator and philosopher who founded the precursor to Black History Month and has been called the father of Black history. And of course, Carter is also the last name of superstars Beyoncé. Knowles Carter and her husband, Sean Carter Jay-Z. Elijah, names that hold religious significance like Elijah withstand time. The name has been popular since the 1900s in the US. It's rooted in Hebrew and means Yahweh is God. Evan has two meanings. It's an anglicized version of the Welsh name Ethan, which is a version of John and means God is gracious. And it's an anglicized version of the Scottish name Eogan, which means born of you. Hunter has an intense meaning, but it's still a cute, popular name for a baby boy. It was originally a surname in the Middle Ages used by people who hunted for a living. Grayson, back in 2014, Grayson was a popular name for African-American baby boys in New York. Grayson didn't make the list after that year, but it's still popular on a national level. Grayson is a Middle English surname meaning son of a steward. Jameer may be a fusion of two Arabic names, Jamal, which means beautiful, and Amir, which means prince, for a final meaning of handsome prince. Jeremiah may be rooted in Hebrew, but it has been a popular name among babies of a wide range of races and ethnicities. It means appointed by God. Julian is a version of the Roman name Julius, which is thought to be tied to the Latin word juvenilis, meaning youthful. Justice, dream of raising a social advocate? Justice might be just the right name to give your baby boy. It's rooted in the Latin word justitia, which means righteousness and equity. Khalil comes from an Arabic word meaning bosom friend. It's common in Arabic-speaking countries in the Middle East and in North Africa. It was also a popular name for African-American baby boys in Georgia. Legend may not be traditional or religious in nature, but it's recently become a go-to name for parents. In fact, it was a top 100 name for African-American baby boys in New York several years in a row. Leo, which is Latin for lion, is a good choice when you want to name your boy after a strong animal. Liam, parents can't get enough of the name Liam, which is a derivative of William. Liam was, until very recently, the reigning no. One boy's name in the US, it's rooted in Germanic and means strong-willed warrior. Mason comes from a French surname for someone who worked with stone. This cute name for baby boys has been a favorite among parents in the US for the past century. Maverick. Who wouldn't want their baby boy to grow into a maverick or an independent-minded person? Apparently, parents across the US desire this for their sons, as Maverick was in the top 50 most popular names in 2024. Michael. For over 40 years, Michael was the #1 baby name in America. Its popularity has slowed a bit, but it's still one of the top boys' names. Rooted in Hebrew, this name means who is like God. Nathaniel. For parents seeking a traditional religious name, Nathaniel is a good pick. It means gift of God in Hebrew. Omari. Omari started making its mark on US baby name charts in 1980. It comes from a word meaning flourishing in Arabic. Actor Omari Hardwick is a famous bearer of the name. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, share it with other parents who might benefit, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips and support on caring for your little ones. Join our community here at Baby Bliss Hub and let's make this parenting journey a joyful one together. See you in the next video.